Stuart Withers is here.
Hello.
Josh Widdicombe in to promote New Year's Eve.
Exactly, it's going to be big this year.
Yeah, I think so.
Goodbye 2016 at last. Sure you'll be pleased to see it go, John.
Yeah, well, I wish bloody Donald Trump was going with it. I wish it was new President's Eve, or new Brexit. Fans of the 90s, you're in for a treat, because three of the biggest fans of the 90s are in the room now.
Yes.
Mr. Josh Widdicombe, Mr. Elis James, and I, John Robbins. And if you're a fan of the 90s, you'll be pleased to know that Josh's new stand-up show is being released on a DVD.
Yeah, I know. Can you believe
And
it?
on Laserdisc.
It is.
A format that some of our older listeners may be familiar with. It was like a visualization CD.
Yeah.
And I've got a box of 300 of them in my kitchen cupboard, which I can't bear to throw out, but I have no use for.
I didn't throw out all my DVDs. That's wrong, because they're such a good format.
They are such a good format.
It's so convenient.
It varies. Can I just say it is available as a online download?
Whoa! Okay, tomorrow's world.
Yeah. Because, jeez, man, you might get a virus.
Have you come here?
Are you secure?
Have you come here from Silicon Valley, Josh?
I have from
how on earth?
San Fran.
What hoops do people need to jump? Do they need to do any qualifications to access it online?
Right, so I
Are you
study...
trying to make me mention email? Because I'm not going to fall into that.
Right, so I study for computer technology HND.
Yeah.
With the express purpose of downloading your DVD, but without the DVD. Is that is that what I'm...
Do you know what this feels like? You know when you watch The Simpsons, someone goes on one of those quirky American radio shows that there's two jocks that have got their own language.
With all KBBO! They do all the like cha-ching! So...
that's enough on DVD, isn't it?
No!
Oh, right.
No, it stands for Digital Versatile Disc.
Yeah.
And, what...
You could fit one in your pocket.
I don't know if you could.
If you had combats or a Barber Outdoors jacket.
Yes. I mean, the boffins need to work on the sides of it.
I think your new coat, which I've yet to see you take off.
Well,
since I've seen you, you're certainly getting your money's worth out of it.
I got you a story to tell. I got you a story for me to tell you about this coat.
Okay.
I tried to take it back yesterday.
You tried to take it back? But you couldn't
he
remove it
talked
due to
me
the
out.
emotions.
The guy talked me out of returning it in the shop.
What?
Nice new coat.
The lining is coming out, like little bits of fluff come out where the sewing lines are,
dear.
because when they sew them, the needle pulls a little bit of the stuffing out each time. Now, the guy said this would stop after about 4 days. It's now been 10 days, so I took it back, and that guy said it would stop after 4 weeks, and sort of said, "Oh, it's all part of the way that our clothing's designed." So he sort of made me think, like,
no clothing kind of.
I know.
It's
surely
designed to perish for 4 weeks.
I sort of backed down.
And then it sorts itself out.
Yeah, and I'd carried 2 coats all the way into London, so I felt like an idiot.
Oh, what? Because you'd bought in a second coat to wear on the way home.
Well, I wore. No, I wore my leather jacket and had this in a Sweaty Betty bag that my girlfriend left in the house, which I used for recycling. So it looked like I'd been to Sweaty Betty.
Oh no!
The chip shop in Pontypridd in the 70s.
No, it's an upmarket ladies' yoga shop where you can sort of pay 4 times the price for leggings.
We've got a lot of Sweaty Betty bags in my house.
Yeah, and the bags themselves are so counterintuitive because the carbon footprint of one of those free bags you get from Sweaty Betty must massive.
Yeah, that is true. So
and
back to the
with 10 of them.
DVD.
Yeah, so anyway, the DVD is called What Do I Do Now?
It is. It's
now,
available.
We have, all of us here, the Legends 3, have a shared sort of thing with stand-up, because that's named after a song, isn't it?
Yes.
From the 90s.
From the 90s.
Ellis, you had an Edinburgh show called...
do you remember the first time?
Named after a song...
By Pulp.
From the
90s.
Yeah. I name all my Edinburgh shows after songs, and some of those were probably from the 90s.
Yes. Oh, I hope I don't end up in Plagiarist's Corner.
But it's just nice, because we're all cool.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
We can't move on.
Or
which
maybe
is cool.
we all were cool. Maybe that's the...
Oh, my God.
The 90s was cool.
That's my fear.
It was where
about
the
relevance.
The 90s was where the smiley face emoji was invented.
It is, yes.
I think the 90s has more to offer than that.
I think that was actually the 60s. Then it got reappropriated by Happy Hardcore and then by texts. So, more chat from Josh coming up.
Elis James and John Robbins. Radio X.
That was Catfish and the Bottlemen with Outside. You're listening to Elis James and John Robbins on Radio X with our very special guest, Josh Widdicombe, who's in the house. Do people still say
DVD.
That?
What?
Do people still say
You can't just say the word DVD. That's too vague. Josh has got a DVD out. It's called What Do I Do Now? And it is his most recent stand-up show, which is absolutely fantastic. Don't just Google DVD, though. It'll take you ages to get there. Actually, though, with modern algorithms...
With the lack of DVDs out this Christmas, I reckon mine's one of the first ones to come to.
Josh is here to promote all DVDs.
Yeah, I am.
He's just so proud of the format. DVD.
Yeah.
Are there lots... Is it a big year for stand-up DVDs this year?
No.
Who are you up against?
Sarah Millican, Ramesh Ranganathan, Joe Lysett, and Rich Hall.
And have you got your sights set on
I've asked to not see the charts.
Yes, I think I'd do that. I think if I had a DVD...
I'd be all over them, mate.
Oh,
you'd be like a rash.
Yeah.
Every hour. Refresh.
I
Stay down, hole!
I always think it's bad news when I get a text off my agent saying, "Do you think you should tweet about the DVD?"
X. Elis James and John Robbins. Radio X.
That was The Farm with All Together Now. You're listening to Elis James and John Robbins on a V special, NYEPR. That's a very special New Year's Eve pre-record because Elis and I currently I will be prepping for the arrival of Elis in my home county's retreat. I will probably, Elis, if it comes to it, cook you meat sausage rolls.
Oh, no, it's fine. You don't have to do that.
Okay,
What
great.
are you two doing for New Year's Eve?
I'm going... Well, Izzy and I go to his house.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. And we're going to eat pescatarian/vegan food.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, watch Jules Holland's Hootenanny. I don't know what
we're not going to do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've never watched it and don't want to.
All right, okay. Well, let's watch Platoon then, or whatever.
Yes!
Whatever.
Back to back with Apocalypse Now Redux.
Oh, yeah, that worked perfectly with the fireworks.
Yes. Cannot wait to try and get that past Izzy.
So...
Are you comfortable with Vietnam films?
So, Josh, we have asked... Obviously, you used to be of this parish.
I did.
Vicar in charge.
Exactly, yes.
You left... There was no cloud.
There was no cloud.
There were no allegations.
Although the problem was it was very much... I did leave on my own accord, but then I don't know whether it was in a related incident. They did change the name of the radio station within a month. As if to write me out of history.
However, your podcast is still available, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I suppose it is, yeah.
Your legacy, your digital legacy. So a lot of our fans of Elis and I's show came to us via you, and so there's a lot of crossover. So we have asked our fans to tweet questions for you.
Do you know what I once went on? Good Morning Britain.
Did you?
Yeah, all right. That's not the punchline of the anecdote, mate.
I didn't think it was still on.
No, it's back on. It's hosted by Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid.
I'm thinking of TVAM.
Yeah, no.
I thought you'd gone on with Mr. Motivated. Preemptively promote your DVD.
And we'd had Piers Morgan on the last leg, and we got lots of abuse. So Piers Morgan, without consulting the producers, to start the interview, had tweeted, "Can we have some abuse for Josh Widdicombe, please?"
Oh.
And then just read it out for me.
I'm not fine with that.
No.
That is
I
not...
had to sit there and go, "Oh, this is very funny, Piers."
Yeah.
That's not what we've done.
No.
Okay.
However...
I mean, a couple of slips through the net.
However, so we asked them to tweet at the hashtag #AskJosh.
Okay.
Unfortunately, in the intervening time, another hashtag of the same name has happened with another
really?
Josh.
Yeah, a YouTuber from LA has done the same thing. So the crossover's very weird.
Oh, brilliant.
So some of the questions may seem odd.
Okay.
I'll just kick things...
Is YouTube like a kind of modern version of DVDs, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are, but you don't have to keep them in your kitchen cupboard. So this is from Aline. Can you follow me? ? Love heart emoji, hand emoji.
Consider it done.
Okay, there we go.
Do you sleep with socks or without socks? #AskJosh.
I sleep without socks.
Yeah, of course, because who sleeps with socks on apart from Fagin? Are you coming to VidCon Amsterdam?
I'm not, no.
What's your favourite thing about Christmas? 4 Christmas tree emojis, 3 Santa emojis.
Oh, what's my favourite thing about Christmas? Just the excellent market in which to launch a product.
Very good answer. What? How many hats do you own?
0. Although I've just bought one.
Oh, okay.
1.
I'll reply.
But it's in the post from Amazon.
I'll reply to A. Mendez from LA.
Okay, do.
When are you coming to Portugal?
No plans in the future.
Fave video you've uploaded so far?
I've never uploaded a video.
Haven't you?
No.
Okay, and I think this is where we get into questions for you.
I really don't
Not
need to
for
do that. I'm quite enjoying it.
a man who I'm guessing is a 12-year-old millionaire.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight between producer Dave and producer Neil?
Oh, Dave.
Yes, I imagine this morning. He'd batter him.
Yeah,
it
he'd
would be
absolutely
ugly.
batter him.
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
No, Neil's got a longer reach.
Yeah, he would have a longer reach.
Oh, Dave would be round his ankles.
I'm nippier.
Yeah, you're vicious, and Neil's soft.
But at the end of the fight, I'd like to say that it was a good fight. Shake his hand.
Oh, you'd shake his hand and
Yeah,
then
but
you'd
his
pay
hand-
for his funeral.
His hand wouldn't be attached to his body, mate. He'd be walking away holding his forearm aloft as a trophy.
Shaking a severed hand. Saying thanks, Neil.
Josh, ketchup, cupboard or fridge?
Fridge.
Cupboard.
No, I'm with you, Josh. Fridge.
What would you go with, honey?
Cupboard.
Yeah, correct.
Well, that's John's new nickname, then.
What would you go with, honey?
Josh, have you considered a Joey-style spin-off from the sitcom Josh called John?
No, because there's no character called John.
On that bombshell that Josh is planning a spin-off sitcom called John, starring me, funded by him, paying me.
Funded by...
It's a vanity project for someone else.
This is Biffy Clyro with Rearrange.
Elis James and John Robbins. Radio X.
We're about to say goodbye to Josh Whittaker. What are you doing tonight?
I'm going to party at Ivo Graham's family home in Wiltshire.
Oh, that sounds...
Has he paid you to be there to stop someone breaking in?
Yeah.
like when Stephen Gerrard used to play for Liverpool.
He's just house-sitting.
Stephen Gerrard used to do that.
Liverpool players used to get broken into when they were playing at home because they knew obviously the players weren't there.
I think it was when they were away.
Yes, that's more like... But still, the principle is still the same, isn't it? Jamie Carragher got broken into.
Well, no matter where you're playing, you're not in your house.
Yes.
Very deep.
Unless you're Rod Stewart, who had a football pitch on the grounds of his mansion. Yeah. And
Jeff Boycott has a putting green and a chipping area.
Jeff
for golf.
Boycott does?
Yes, he does.
You'd think he'd have nets.
I don't think he's much of a bowler
No.
these days. I don't think you'd need the net. I think the net would be a luxury.
Yeah.
I think air is his net.
Yeah.
But also, Josh, we must mention the upcoming sitcom series that it's not been written yet, has it?
No, we've started. We've done 2 days on it.
So it's still all to play for.
Still all to play for.
What do you start with? Do you start with the cameos, or do you start with...
No, we don't tend to start with a cameo.
So they're quite last minute, are they?
They're halfway through. You'd look at what you've got and go, who'd be perfect for this?
And what are you looking at? Comedy CV?
Chortle reviews.
Right, and so I'm guessing you're choosing the people with the worst aggregate reviews.
Yes.
Right, to give them a leg up.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Josh is like a Bernardo's for comedians with bad reviews at the Edinburgh Festival.
What are you planning for the next series of Josh?
It's very early stages.
Cameo.
You've got
Very
6
early
months
stages.
to make a watertight case for yourself, John.
What it would...
Do you know what's
You're such a
interesting
natural.
is often...
Can I...
Josh, this has gone on long
often
enough.
the cast would say, push for their own choices, but I've had Beatty's put people forward, so's Jack.
What
but
sort of-
very rarely do I hear from other people.
I put forward Sylvester McCoy, but...
what sort of names get... Radagast?
Yes.
What sort of names get thrown around the room when members of the cast are suggesting cameos from perhaps their friends, colleagues, co-workers, peers?
Chris Kamara.
Superiors.
Chris Kamara, maybe.
So, talking more comedy world.
Comedy World.
Well, I always liked Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd, but
they
they've
were
been
good,
dead for years.
Yeah, that you have pushed for them for the last 2 series. haven't you?
Yes.
Those
Fallen on
emails have
deaf
not been
ears.
returned.
Someone with a dynamic acting range.
Yes.
Someone with a playing age.
From sad to shameful.
There's names in the hat, let's put it that way.
Perhaps someone with a dark underbelly.
Yes.
Someone who's
a fan of Queen.
Dark chocolate with caramel inside.
No, I don't like dark chocolate, but I do like Queen. I do like caramel as well, so I would suck the caramel out, leaving the chocolate as a sort of husk.
Rufus Jones?
No.
I think I've widely agreed in writing that I think...
Play the tense music, Dave. The film.
I don't have the power to do this, obviously.
You are?
I don't have the actual power to do this. But
You're not an exec producer?
No, I'm not an exec producer.
You're not? I don't even know what an exec producer is.
No, it's very much a title.
Is it?
That's what they said when I tried to get moved to it, anyway. I would happily, I've agreed that were there to be a third series, I've already said this on the station.
We're recording this, right, Dave?
Yeah.
Verbal contract.
A character with between 0 and 1 lines.
Yes, please. Easy to learn.
It will be available for you, John.
What? Say that again.
I
put your hand on that Pret bag and swear.
I'm not going to swear on the Pret bag.
It's not an idiot.
I'd happily, in exchange for the amount that I feel you and Elis would need to talk about the experience week after week, agree to you having a role with 0 to 1 lines in it.
You heard it there first, folks. Now, we're taking stock. We don't know whether Josh was talking in binary there, where he was talking about how many lines I have. Obviously, it depends how many 0s and 1s there are as to how many lines I have. But between 0 and 1, which in binary could be infinite...
I need to talk to the producer, but yes.
Have you got...
Infinite lines in it.
Oh, I'm going to start working on draft line.
You don't choose your own line.
No, that's not how it works.
I'm very much an improviser in the sort of, in the Ken Loach style, Josh. So awful lot of riffing.
Very gritty.
There, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
To Josh for joining us there. Buy his DVD, download his futuristic show file from the web, and watch Josh season 3 when it comes out. And you can also get access to the first 2 seasons through the iPlayer, which is like a DVD that happens live on your screen.
Elis James and John Robbins.